Good evening and salutations, my Days of Lives fans. Okay, so I've said this before probably, so I feel like I need to sit there and it bears repeating. Even if Holly was able to break up Chanel and Johnny, right? It still wouldn't work. It still wouldn't work. And let me explain something. In most places, 16 is still considered to be a legal underage and a minor in the eyes of the law. And yeah, I know certain places you're able to sit there. First of all, it's just weird. Okay? Let's just put it this way. It's just weird. Last time I checked, I heard that Canada, you can do that if they're 16 or whatever, and somebody, technically that's the legal age. And I could be wrong, so fact check it. But even with that being said, it's still weird. So even if she was able to break them up, it wouldn't matter because I don't think that the show is foolish enough to even show Johnny having some sort of interest in kissing her. Even the hand holding thing when she was having this little fantasy was just weird. Okay, that was just weird and uncomfortable to watch on that level. So I cannot imagine them doing, oh well, maybe Johnny will sit there and try. No, I can't even sit there and finish that sentence without throwing up. I don't know what they're doing. This is why I sat there and said the minute that they brought Holly into the show, whoever decision that was should have been fired, and I stand by that. Chanel seems like she's bothered by it. When she talked to Paulina that, Holly is into her. I mean, Holly's into him, and, she's all like, well, I know there, nothing can happen, and yada, yada, yada. This is something that pissed me off about Paulina, and I get it. That's her daughter, so she's going to sit there and gas up her head and everything like that. But when she's sitting there saying, oh, well, he should be lucky to sit there and be with you, it's like, well, you need to slow down, okay? First of all, your daughter has been kind of a hot mess, okay? Let's not sit there and try to put her on a pedestal. I have my own issues about that way of thinking in general, but I will save that maybe for a different video. Anyway, they eventually do wind up meeting up because, Johnny calls Chanel and is like, listen, I can't leave. Holly's by herself. She's still sad and everything like that, so I'm gonna sit there and stay with her. And of course, was bothered by it, but she was like, you know what, it's cool, I get it. You're a good person. You want to meet up anyway. So, towards the end, you want to meeting up in Town Square. Now, Everett, I'm pretty sure I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong. I'm going to get his name right at some point. But Everett is in Julie's place. And Julie's like, I don't know you. Who are you? He's like, Doug let me in. Now, they get to talking, and Everett's like, I want to sit there and do a story. And Julie was not happy with the story that Everett put out about Leo Stark. I really cannot wait to do this live stream tomorrow because there are certain things I gotta sit there and talk about why and R. Um, we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. If anyone watches why and R, we're gonna talk about that as well. But she wasn't happy. But he's all like, listen, I want to sit there and kind of turn the paper around back into his heyday or whatever, and he comes up with some sort of speech or whatever about how, they're good people or something like that. I can't exactly remember it verbatim. But then Julie's just like, you know what? I believe you. Something about your face. And I'm like, is that like a little nudge? Because, technically the actor was Julie's related to Julie, and I'm just like, all right, so now you just decide to trust him because of what he said in his face. Okay, sure, whatever. Gwen calls Chad's phone and Stephanie sees it, and she's like, hey, what I thought she doesn't like you. You don't like her or whatever. Why is she calling you for it? Very curious about what it is. Um, and of course, he answers the phone. I mean, he listens to the voicemail. He lies to her. But, in the beginning when he came back, she still sitting there playing house. She's like, oh, the kids made this for you, yada, 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 yada. I'm like, okay, so you're playing stepmom, you're playing stepmom to his kids. And yet you don't have a ring on your finger. He still didn't give you a ring on your finger. Yet you sniffed there playing house. What do you? It's such a bad look. I'm gonna put out a short tonight, kind of get into the whole Stephanie thing, just in general. And I'll sit there and say it's my video, but I'll say it here too. If you sniff there playing house with somebody's kids, and you want to be married to this person, and this person sniff there like, well, he clearly isn't just saying no to marriage. Don't sit there and wait around. Okay? Do not sit there and give up your time, your youth, your energy to be with somebody who is never going to give you what you want. You can do better. It's not worth it. Um, Brady was there for a little bit, hanging out with Tate. Didn't really do too much of anything, but they weren't fighting, so that's an improvement, I guess. And of course, Tate does come over there. Tate comes over there, and Johnny's like, oh, well, listen, I have to sit there and babysit her anymore. I mean, hang out with her anymore. And so he leaves, and Holly's totally pissed off. Holly's like, listen, I want you to help me break those two up. And when he's like, no, that's a bad idea, is first of all, it's mean, and second of all, he's way too old for you. She gets all pissy and says something that hurts his feelings. Um, he's like, listen, I'll help you. He's like, okay, yeah, I'm really happy, and she hugs him and everything like that. I'm like, you do realize this is the girl that you want to be with, right? The person that you say no to treats you like, well, dog shit. Let's just be honest. And the minute that you sit there and do what she asks, do what she wants, then she's your best friend. Of course, he's a kid. He's not going to understand not to be with someone like that. But yeah. Um. But yeah, he agrees to help. I know the Johnny and Chanel fans are going to be upset about it, and I have some theories. Well, I have some comments I'll sit there and say that's not going to make me popular, but I say things all the time that doesn't make me popular. But I'll tell you, I'll sit there and give you a hint. The people that are going to be upset about this person coming in between Johnny and Chanel, and the reason why they're going to be upset is the same reason why people were upset about the whole Springer thing, about the Trina and Spencer thing. Okay, I'm not going to sit there and say what it is. But we all know what I'm sitting there talking about. And I will sit there and bring it up maybe in a separate video so people can sit there and get all pissy with me. Because, I just love to piss people off. But, let's sit there and see. I feel like that's pretty much about it. I personally can't wait till this whole Gwen Teresa thing is over. Um, it's a huge blunder. It just doesn't work. Every time I see her talk, it doesn't work. And yes, I understand that they recast characters all the time. They did it with Alex, right? But this Teresa thing is just not working. It's just not working. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like it's just a feeling that just doesn't work. I mean, hell, even on General Hospital, when they killed Thor Franco and then they decided to bring him back as Austin, it didn't work. And yeah, people was to saying, just give it a chance, give it a chance. Yeah, we saw how that ended. So yes, this doesn't work. Oh yeah, I forgot about Abe and Paulina. Abe was a little disheartened at one point when Chanel was just showing the pictures of his grandkids and his daughter because he doesn't remember them. So because of that, Chanel was like, "Oh, I'll sit there, I'll leave for a little bit, just give him some space." And then Abe and Paulina wound up kissing, and I really could care less. Not so much because of the lovey-dovey stuff, but just, well, I don't really care about Paulina at this point. Hmm. Okay, now I feel like that's pretty much about it. I can't think of anything else, but well, I will be sitting there doing a live stream tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Sit there and talk about all the shows. General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Born the Beautiful, and Young the Restless. So we'll sit there and talk about all of them. Anyway, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I really do appreciate the people that are watching. Um, I'm very grateful, even when people don't agree with what I say. I appreciate you still watching anyway. So thank you. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video.